Myself Abhishek Rai. I am working in RDS Consultancy Services, which is situated in Lucknow, India. Right now I am just talking about my topic about which is on a fault tolerance during resource migration over cloud computing. Right now I have responsibility to tolerate fault during resource migration over cloud computing, and this is a proposed project of mine. So here we can go with my methodology, which is basically related with the fault tolerance in the cloud. This PPT as show as this is my methodology to my research area, in which in the center of PPT here is a cloud. Cloud is nothing as metaphor of internet. Cloud is anything is delivered on an internet is called, which is used as a services. This is called cloud computing. There are three type of resource migration. It is RM stand for the resource migration. These three are requested to the cloud, which is end user, in which they are request for the resources. Resources is nothing else. It is the services which will be supported by the different of resources, which help to collaborate and run any particular application on a cloud computing. As we see, these two resources are okay, but here fault will be occur. So for first, I just want to going through a video which shows what is cloud computing.
Ever-changing business needs. Organizations need to invest time and budget to scale up their IT infrastructure, such as hardware, software, and services. However, with on-premises IT infrastructure, the scaling process can be slow, and organizations are frequently unable to achieve optimal utilization of the IT infrastructure. Cloud computing is a paradigm shift that provides computing over the internet. A cloud computing service consists of highly optimized virtual data centers that provide various software, hardware, and information resources for use when needed. Organizations can simply connect to the cloud and use the available resources on a pay-per-use basis. This helps companies avoid capital expenditure on additional on-premises infrastructure resources and instantly scale up or scale down according to business requirements. You can deploy a cloud computing service by using three different models: a private cloud, a public cloud, or a hybrid cloud. A private cloud functions solely for one organization on a private network and is highly secure. A public cloud is owned by the cloud service provider and offers the highest level of efficiency in shared resources. A hybrid cloud is a combination of private and public deployment models. In a hybrid cloud, specific resources are run or used in a public cloud, and others are run or used on premises in a private cloud. This provides increased efficiency. Cloud computing consists of the following service models: infrastructure as a service, ES, platform as a service, PaaS, and software as a service, SaaS. By using the ES model, organizations get infrastructure components, such as computing power and storage capacity. Here, the organization has control over the entire IT infrastructure, including the hosting environment and their applications. However, the organization needs to allocate additional staff to maintain and manage the infrastructure and the application. Microsoft has proposed remote desktops and virtual machines to Microsoft Windows Azure as an ES offering. The PaaS model provides organizations with a platform or a runtime environment to create and deploy applications. Here, the organization is only responsible for the development, maintenance, and management of the applications. Microsoft provides the Windows Azure platform as a PaaS offering. The SaaS model provides organizations with ready-to-use applications that use a combination of cloud-based compute and storage services. Microsoft provides various online services, such as Microsoft Business Productivity Online Suite, BPOS, and Microsoft Dynamics CRM Online as a understand how cloud computing can help an organization extend its IT capabilities, consider Wide World Importers, a company that manufactures beauty products. Occasionally, the research department has to store and process a large amount of data. Consequently, the company is looking for a cost-effective compute and storage solution. Additionally, Wide World Importers has a group of scientists situated at different geographical locations. The geographical barrier affects research, requiring a better collaboration solution. In addition, the company is planning to develop a cost-effective data mining application to collect visitor data during its week-long worldwide annual beauty pageant. Cloud computing provides Wide World Importers with an efficient and cost-effective solution to their problems. Wide World Importers can subscribe for additional compute and storage services offered by Windows Azure on a pay-per-use basis to move all of its statistical data analysis and storage to Windows Azure. By doing so, they can invest more on research. Wide World Importers can use BPOS, Microsoft Live Meeting, and Microsoft SharePoint Online for efficient collaboration. For design, development, and testing of the data mining application, the company can use the Windows Azure platform to focus on software evaluation and reduce the time and cost required for preparation of the development and testing environment.
Okay, we come through again our methodology. I just want to discuss about cloud. What is cloud? As seen in the video, cloud, it is a new area of research for industries as well as educational institutions. Cloud is nothing. Cloud computing is the templates which emphasis on allotment of the data and computational resources over a scalable network. It means cloud can make it possible to access application or data from anywhere, anytime, but cloud abstracted from physical resources. Physical resources, I told you earlier, this is the basic architecture of cloud computing in which three services which is basically provided by the cloud, and end user just wait for value visibility and nothing else. First of all, AaaS, infrastructure as a services. Infrastructure as a services just giving the computing power and storage, just like the Windows Azure. And PaaS, platform as a services. Platform as a services act as a foundation of any architecture, any home architecture, in which platform as a services provided the platform where both two work is basically done, which is deployment and development. In which first of all development and then deployment, and last is SaaS, software as a services. This is the whole package which is provided by the service provider to the consumer for its specific services, just like Google Apps, Google Gmails. It all just giving the total package to serve the end user. These are some advantages of a cloud computing. In cloud computing, first of all, it is famous for no upfront investment. Any type of investment we does not need to take the cloud services. And second one is this cloud services will be deployed or developed as pay as you go model. It means you just want to pay for that services which will be used at a time, nothing else. Lowering operating cost. It will be very low cost of operation, where we do not need to maintenance, we not need to development the applications. And fourth one is rapid allocation and deallocation. We just want to increase our scalability power of any company, then easily we allocate and reallocate. It is highly scalable, easy to handle, easy to access, web-based services, reduce business risks, because here the data replicas is on lot of points. And second, I just come on our methodology. As I say that in cloud, resource will be migrated. If resource will be migrated, then some resource will be placed on in physical systems. So when physical system will be placed anywhere, in this geographical state, it doesn't mean to end user, but resource are the multiple parts which collaborate and provide a specific type of services. I just told you the actual resource migration scenario is just like this. Here, three types of client: client 1, client 2, and client 3. These clients are interact with resource broker. These resource broker is nothing. Just act as a. It will be maintain indexing log file of client's request through the service provider. These are the cloud service provider, in which the cloud service provider have any instance of the geographical states in the world, and these client will be interact with resource broker. This resource broker will be interact with cloud provider and request for the specific type of services which will be provided. Transaction will be given by the resource broker to the client. This is the real scenario of resource migration. If in a cloud, resource will be migrated. In any case, in this case, there are three types of resources will be migrated, but these two resources will be correctly migrated, but here the fault will be occur. It is natural in the cloud. If any network, any type of network, their resource will be migrated, so it will be tolerated some time of fault. Resource allocation, it is a process of assigning available resources to the needed cloud application over the internet. In a resource allocation, lot of difficulties faced, just like two applications try to access same resources, rarity of resources, resource destruction when resources are isolated, over provisioning. These type of main issues are there faced in the resource migration. Resource migration, resource broker task is collecting and indexing all resources available from several cloud providers. Resource broker is responsible for quality of service, monitoring the users, user performance, load balancing, etc. And thirdly, I will come on fault. These are the major fault will be occurred in a cloud computing. These are three types of basic types of cloud fault, which is called physical resource fault, network part fault, application side fault. Physical resource part, this is nothing that in physical resource part fault is a fault on a physical things, just like hard disk of a system or the cloud provider, RAM of the system or the cloud provider, CPU of the system, CPU cycles, and storage. Any fault will be occur in the storage, because any hardware in the computer networks is have basic these capacity exceed when, then jamming problem, congestion problem will be faced. And second one is networking part fault. Networking part fault is the parts of a network is switching, routers, bridges, etc. And application side of fault is just fault in the compiler of applications which will be run on the user end. And when the resource will be migrated, lot of resources combined together to create any application. Then when resource will be migrated on a network, then some type of correction or decorrection in the application, these source code will be changed or disturbed. When source code will be disturbed, then how to application will be run on the user side. These three type of fault I will discuss, and I just move to method of fault tolerance. these three methods will be used in the real scenario of fault tolerance. First of all, redundant method. Redundant method is nothing. We just avoid the number of identical units. It is depend on the resources or depend on the network parts of system, hardware system, software system. It all will be we avoid to identical units. Second will be recovery method. Recovery method is two types. First type, recovery time objectives, and second is recovery point objective. Recovery time objective is the recovery method used on a fixed time. It will be triggered on the time of time. Point objective, we will retrieve that point where the resource will be migrated previously and purely. A third one is load balancing. It is the networking part. We just have to be consider all as I earlier says all network part will be have some capacity to avoid exceed the capacity. So load balancing is the must. And I just return on my methodology. In the methodology, I just elaborate that what is cloud, what is resource migration, and if resource will be migrated on the cloud or network or internet, then fault will be occur. After that, my proposed solution is just like these fault will be written in the predicate logic. What is predicate logic? It is the generalized term of any type of complex things. In logic, there are any argument which is based on conceptual basis. Basically, in real scenario, all the fault will be tolerated on the conceptual basis. But I just want to derive a logic for fault tolerance. Logic, there are arguments which is divided into premises and conclusion. These are the indicators for premises. Premises is defined any type of things in which since, in that, seeing that, these are the different types of premises indicator which will be extracted from anything. Indicators of conclusion. Indicators of conclusion is therefore accordingly we may include concluded, hence, thus, it must be that, etc. With this help, I just written on my methodology these fault which will be already exist in the real scenario. These fault in written in predicate logic. With the predicate logic, I just validate through this logic through LPL, linear temporal language, and these LPL will be given the particular fault in a logical point, and after that, when we validate these fault, and in a recent era, all they realized in the form of concept, but we work on derived logic for existing concept for easy to designing a cloud. Thank you.